lókè balẹ̀ channel 32 UHF náà.
On the news tonight, Senate backtracks on CCT chairman's removal. Former Nigeria's president admonishes Osun governor to focus on advancing Yoruba interest. Osun governor hinges his administration's achievement on divine grace and people's support. And on the foreign scene, Mali's government arrests top politician for insulting a foreign head of state. Good evening, the major reports. I am Babatunde Fanowopo. There was a mild drama at the National Assembly Abuja as the Senate attempted to allow members of President Bola Tinubu's economic team into the chamber. The Senate leader of APC, Ekiti Central, Okoyemi Bamidele, has moved for suspension of Order 12 to allow for visitors into the chamber. Mr. Bamidele said that tax experts and consultants, as well as the Director General of the Budget Office and the Chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Tax, Zacchaeus Adedeji, were to attend the plenary to explain the tax reform bills in details to the lawmakers. However, immediately after the submission, the lawmaker representing Bauchi Central, Senator Abdul Ningi, read from the order listing the titles of those who were allowed into the Senate plenary according to the Senate's rules. Senator Ningi said such conversation is more appropriate at the committee level and should be handed over to the Finance Committee for appropriations to interface with the team. In response, Deputy Senate President Jibrin Barau explained that the Senate suspended its rule to allow for openness and let Nigerians watch the live proceedings and listen to the debate on the tax reform bills, asking the Senate leader to address the order he came under. In the meantime, the Senate has corrected the mistake it made when it invoked the provision of Section 157, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to sack Mr. Danladi Umar as the chairman of the Code of Conduct Tribunal over what it described as unacceptable acts of misconduct. The President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, disclosed that the House of Representatives concurred and approved the resolutions reached by the Senate. In his presentation, Bamidele said the Senate noted as mistake in its earlier resolution adopted at its plenary sitting last Wednesday regarding the removal from office of the chairman of the Code of Conduct Tribunal, Mr. Umar, for misconduct. He noted that it had become necessary for the Senate to adopt this motion to correct this Freudian slip to prevent confusion in the future. The Senate urged the general public to disregard any misinformation or confusion regarding the mistake inherent in its resolution regarding the removal from office of Mr. Umar as the chairman, Code of Conduct Tribunal. The House of Representatives has mandated its committee on power to investigate the failure of electricity distribution companies to replace obsolete meters and improve infrastructure, including the reliance on consumer contributions for maintenance and equipment replacement. The House equally urged the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission to ensure strict enforcement of the directive to electricity distribution companies to replace obsolete meters at no cost to consumers within a specified time frame. The resolutions followed the adoption of a motion of urgent national importance by Rep. Nnamdi Ezechi on need to address metering crisis and associated challenges in the electricity distribution sector in Nigeria. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has promised that his administration will support initiatives to promote security within the Gulf of Guinea. According to him, the Gulf of Guinea has become the main transit hub and facilitator for Africa's economic growth. The president also said that the region has vast oil and natural gas reserves, supplying about 10% of global energy demand, with significant quantities consumed in Europe, North America, and Asia. Represented by the National Security Advisor, Mr. Nuhu Ribadu, Tinubu spoke at the opening of the 8th Symposium of Heads of Navies and Coast Guards in the Gulf of Guinea on the maritime environment in Abuja. The symposium with the theme Maritime Security and Sustainable Development in the Gulf of Guinea was hosted by the Nigerian Navy in partnership with the European Union and French Navy. Coming from Osun State, following the second anniversary of the administration of Governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, the governor, in a statewide broadcast, appreciated people of the state for their prayers and support in demonstration of their faith in the People's Democratic Party-led government in the state. Governor Adeleke, who said his government took over the mantle of 2 years ago in a deplorable state, has revived the state and delivered on good governance by launching a 5-point agenda targeting specific needs of the people. He speaks for that.
To revive the state and deliver on good governance, our administration launched out with a 5-point agenda. We targeted specific areas of needs of the people, which form the major components of the clearly defined agenda. The goal, principally, was to address the aspirations and immediate needs of our people. To revive the state and deliver on good governance,
in the meantime, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has urged Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, to focus on advancing the welfare of the Yoruba people, particularly the residents of Osun State, while setting aside any perceived shortcomings of his predecessors in office. Speaking at the formal commissioning of the newly upgraded Old Garage Okefi Alameko roundabout, now named in honor of the late Asiwaju of Osogbo, Alhaj Ajadi Bidmos, the former president commended Governor Adeleke for his commendable effort and ongoing development initiatives in the state. Oluwatobiloba Odunuga, reporting from the governor's office, provides the details.
Speaking before the inauguration of the 2.7-kilometer Old Guard Lameko Road, named after Fatai Adekunle Ajadi Badmus Freeway, former President Olusegun Obasanjo described Governor Adeleke as the best performing governor across other states of the Federation, adding that the governor, whom many have underrated, is performing well and also dancing gracefully. According to him, the achievement of Governor Adeleke in Osun is not for the people of Osun alone, but for the entire Yoruba race globally. The former president charged the governor to remain steadfast in his commitment to the people of Osun State. Earlier in his address, Governor Ademola Adeleke disclosed that his administration is committed to delivering on his agenda to reviving the state economy through infrastructure development. He added that his administration has targeted specific areas of needs of the people, which form the major component of the clearly defined agenda of the massive infrastructural project embarked upon by his administration. Governor Adeleke added that the goal principally was to address the aspirations and immediate needs of the citizens of the state.
Osun is the capital of Yoruba land, and we are determined to grow the capital and state for present and future generations. Our infrastructural agenda is not a political show.
Present at the gathering were the wife of the governor, Chief Titilola Adeleke, Deputy Governor Prince Kola Adewusi, who led other members of the State Executive Council, Speaker of Osun State House of Assembly, Honorable Adewale Egbedun, who led other members of the State Assembly, matriarch of the Adeleke dynasty, Yeye Modupe Adeleke Soni, honorable members of the 8th Senate, head of parastatals and agencies, among others. Highlight of the ceremony was the official commissioning of the dualized Old Garage, Okefia and Lameko Roundabout project, among others. It has been Oluwa Tobiloba Odunuga reporting.
Still on the second anniversary of the governor in the saddle, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has credited the achievement of his administration to divine grace and the unwavering support and commitment of his cabinet and the people of the state. Governor Adeleke, who reaffirmed his administration's dedication to improving the quality of life for all and sundry, stated these at the expanded Ipade Mole held in Osogbo, the state capital. Governor's office correspondent Oluwatobiloba Odunuga again has the details.
In his address at the expanded Ipade Mole held in Osogbo, the state capital, as part of the activities marking the second anniversary of Governor Ademola Adeleke's administration, Governor Adeleke expressed profound appreciation to the people of Osun State for their unwavering support, noting that their trust and feedback have been instrumental in shaping his administration's policies. The governor further detailed significant progress across multiple sectors, listing accomplishments such as the construction of over 150 kilometers of roads, the renovation of 99 schools, and the upgrade of 200 primary healthcare centers. Other milestones included the payment of 47 billion naira in pensions, the launch of a mechanized agricultural program with 31 tractors, and the provision of 332 boreholes to combat water shortages across the nooks and crannies of the state.
My dear people of Osun State, external, internal review confirm our achievements. Our administration has reduced rural health access gap by 40% in the last 2 years. Increased healthcare access to all pensioners from less than 10% to 90% within 2 years. Closed road infrastructure gap and deficit by 50% from 80%. Took agri mechanization from 0% to 35%. Build digital economy policy structure from 0% to 55%. Build public service integrity from 25% to almost 70%. Expanded local content from 0% to 75%.
Answering questions posed to him by the audience, Governor Adeleke also highlighted strategic reforms, including the introduction of Osun's first ICT policy, advancement in mining regulations, and improvement in public service professionalism, emphasizing his administration's focus on addressing inherited financial debts, enhancing healthcare for retirees, and expanding access to education and infrastructure, among others. Governor Adeleke further called for the continued support of the people of the state so as to continue to improve on the development of Osun among Committee of State.
Was carrying into the government. They were owing a lot of money And I said, look, I cannot put Osun State in trouble again by borrowing money. And as at that time, I don't know what to do. But I turned to God. Like God to give me that wisdom to be able to make sure I do not borrow money, but at the same time, we still deliver the dividends of democracy. And of course, I block all the leakages where unnecessary money is going out.
The audience, which included social and political activists, members of the public among others, commended the governor for delivering his campaign promises in 2 years while recognizing the welfare of the people of the state among others. Highlights of the ceremony were the unveiling and symbolic presentation of certificates of occupancy by the governor and presentation of award of excellence to the governor by the Nigerian Student Constituency. Present at the occasion were the Deputy Governor, Prince Kola Adewusi, Speaker of Osun State of Assembly, Honorable Adewale Egbedun, wife of the Governor, Chief Titilola Adeleke, and other members of the State Executive Council, the business mogul, Dr. Deji Adeleke, matriarch of the Adeleke dynasty, Yeyomodupe Adeleke Soni, and the chairman of Osun People's Democratic Party, Honorable Sunday Bisi, and members of the 8th Senate, among others. It has been Oluwa Tobiloba Odunuga reporting.
Moving forward, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has reiterated his government's commitment towards prioritizing the welfare and healthy living of the people of the state, especially the people with disabilities community. Governor Adeleke stated this while presenting free health insurance cards and distribution of life support gadgets to over 10,000 persons living with disability in Osogbo, the state capital. Governor's office correspondent Oluwatobi Odunuga once more has the details.
Of the activities marking the second anniversary, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke presented free health insurance cards to no fewer than 10,000 people living with disabilities across all local government areas of Osun State. Speaking shortly after the presentation and distribution of the items, Governor Adeleke said this is part of his administration's 5-point agenda and commitment in ensuring that dividends of democracy is extended to all and sundry in Osun State. The governor further explained the nature of the support being provided, amounting to thousands of wheelchairs, manual and automated, crutches, walking sticks, talking watches, artificial limbs, hearing aids, ultraviolet umbrellas, cream and glasses for albinos, and many more gadgets, adding that some of these people with disabilities will also undergo free surgical procedures to cure their ailments. Governor Adeleke, who further commended the Osun Health Insurance Agency for its dedication to the project, added that his administration has upgraded and revitalized about 200 primary health care centers across the nook and cranny of the state.
I am extremely glad that I am presenting the OIS card for access to free health care to the group of people living with disabilities across the state. I am not only presenting the cards, but I am also providing them with life support gadgets and state-of-the-art medical aids that will make their existence more meaningful.
In his remarks, the Executive Secretary of Osun Health Insurance Agency, OSHA, Dr. Razak Akindele, commended the effort of the governor in the health sector, adding that Governor Adeleke has achieved a lot through the Health Insurance Agency. He added that some of the achievements included complete payment of outstanding capitations and fee for service, completion, furnishing and commissioning of OSHA office complex, complete digitalization of OSHA operations and inauguration of OSHA governing board for smooth running of the agency, among others. Beneficiaries of the free health insurance scheme took turns to appreciate Governor Adeleke's stride in improving the lives and healthy living of all in the state. Present at the gathering were the Deputy Governor, Prince Kola Adewusi, Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Honorable Adewale Egbedun, wife of the Governor, Chief Titilola Adeleke, and other members of the State Executive Council, among others. It has been Oluwa Tobiloba Odunuga reporting.
Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has flagged off the second round of the Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week 2024, aimed at reducing child mortality and improving mother and child health through effective basic intervention packages. The governor stated that his administration will continue to prioritize the health of the citizenry with a promise of another round of Imole surgical and free medical outreach will commence before the end of the year. Oluchi Amuda completes the story.
Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week is a biannual week-long event organized to deliver effective and curative services and interventions in the areas of immunization, vitamin A supplements, uptake of iron folate by pregnant women, uptake of modern contraception by women of childbearing age, HIV testing and counseling, deworming exercise for children, among others. By flagging off the second round of the MNCH Week 2024, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke, who was represented by the Commissioner for Health, Mr. John Akintola, said his administration has recorded remarkable achievements in the health sector, which includes the sinking of boreholes for potable water supplies across the 332 wards in the state, provision of free surgical and medical outreach for thousands of people, free enrollment of over 24,000 retirees into the state's social health insurance scheme, including 1,770 tuberculosis patients and 300 people living with HIV, among others. The governor expressed appreciation to all the development partners such as UNICEF, the World Health Organization, and Vitamin Angel for the effective collaboration, just as he implored nursing mothers and caregivers to take advantage of the opportunity and receive all the services free of charge at the nearest primary healthcare facilities closest to them.
Your efforts and cooperation with the administration have yielded a lot of positive results. This reflected conspicuously in our scorecard shared at the 2024 Health Sector-wide Joint Annual Review, JAR, held between the 6th and 8th November 2024. Going by the scorecard, Osun State is one of the best performing states in the health sector in the year 2024.
In their various goodwill messages, the State Coordinator, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, the UNICEF State Coordinator, the WHO State Coordinator, the Special Advisor on Public Health, and the Special Advisor on Primary Healthcare stated that the Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week is a critical initiative that improves the health of mothers, newborns and children, as well as saves lives. They acknowledge that Osun State is making great strides towards attaining health for all, especially in the areas of immunization services and priority disease surveillance.
The World Health Organization has emphasized the need to invest in quality of care to end preventable maternal and newborn deaths and stillbirths and reduce disabilities as reflected in the World Health Assembly resolutions on universal health care.
I therefore encourage caregivers to make their wards available to receive the services, and also mothers should visit the nearest PHC facilities to access relevant care.
Earlier in his address of welcome, Chairman State Primary Healthcare Development Board, Honorable Tajuddin Adisa, noted that government plans to reach over 1 million under 5 children in the state for the intervention, as health remains one of the cardinal programs of his administration.
This is part of our attestation to the priority given to total well-being of our people, especially children.
Oluchi Amuda, Osbc News.
President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of Mr. Jamiu Abiola as the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Linguistics and Foreign Matters. Mr. Abiola, who is one of the children of the winner of the 1993 presidential election annulled by General Ibrahim Babangida, the late Chief Moshood Abiola, was formally appointed the Special Assistant to the President on Special Duties in the Office of the Vice President. In a statement by Director of Information and Public Relations, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Shegun Imoisan, said Abiola's appointment was in line with the provisions of the Certain Political and Judicial Office Holders Act 2008 as amended. Also stated that President Tinubu tasked the appointee to work closely with the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs and bring his wealth of experience to bear in his new assignment. You are welcome to our sports segment. Ghana's Black Galaxies head coach Masoud Dramani has announced a 32-man provisional squad for the highly anticipated 2025 African Nations Championship qualifiers against arch rivals Nigeria. The squad will convene at the Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence in Pram from an intensive three-phase camping program ahead of the clash. Galaxies famously denied Nigeria a ticket to the 2023 CHAN edition, with both nations seeking redemption and dominance. The stakes are higher than ever. Its preparations underline their determination to maintain superiority, having already established themselves as a formidable force in West African football. While Ghana is set to host the first leg of the qualifier next month, while Nigeria will host the return leg a week after. And on the foreign scene, Mali's government has arrested one of the country's top politicians, Issa Njim, who previously supported the military leader on charges of insulting a foreign head of state. Details of the report and more are presented by Tawu Ayola from the foreign scene.
Arrested one of the country's top politicians for criticizing the military rulers of neighboring Burkina Faso. Njim had earlier claimed that the military rulers of Burkina Faso, a close ally of Mali, made up evidence of a forward coup. Reports say he was a staunch supporter of the country's military leader, Colonel Assimi Goïta, before the coup. Njim was one of the vice presidents of Mali's legislative body under the junta until he distanced himself from the military regime and said he favored a return of electoral democracy. Mali and Burkina Faso have been ruled by military regimes since coup in 2020 and 2022, capitalizing on popular discontent with previous democratically elected governments over security issues. Major Aiwe in Tel Aviv protesting for the return of the hostages as the country awaited news of a potential ceasefire in Lebanon between Israel and Hezbollah. Tawu Ayola reporting for Osbc News.
And with our report from the foreign scene, we have come to the end of the major report on Osbc TV. It was edited by Olubumi Agbola. I am Bafatile Fanako saying thank you for watching. Good night.